Okay, next up, we have consideration ordinance prohibiting adult use cannabis business establishments within the Village of New Lenox. Vince Schilke.
Hi, my name is Vince Schilke, and I live here in New Lenox. I want to say thank you to the mayor and to the board for giving everyone several opportunities to speak. I am for recreational marijuana dispensaries here in New Lenox. Recreational marijuana will be legal in 65 days because of voters in Illinois. 70% of voters from the Chicago suburbs support marijuana legalization, so why wouldn't a recreational dispensary make sense? It alarms me that some of the questions and concerns last week were off topic and have already been answered in the Cannabis Regulation and Tax Act, which was filed 5 months ago. It contains a lot of information, including projected revenue, how taxes will be distributed, the amount of dispensary licenses that will be issued, where people can smoke marijuana, employer protections, and more. Marijuana won't be any easier to access than it already is. I was able to purchase marijuana in school before I ever had a chance to purchase alcohol. I went to Carl Sandburg High School in Orland Park from 2005 to 2009. It seems that there's a liquor store in every other strip mall, yet my classmates and I had easier access to marijuana, and it definitely was not from a dispensary. New Lenox already has approved and zoning for a medical marijuana dispensary. One single recreational dispensary with appropriate zoning would be a great addition to the village. It will help boost local business and increase overall revenue. I don't see one way a dispensary would negatively affect residents, businesses, or the village, especially with appropriate zoning. Anti-marijuana propaganda has created such a negative view on this wholesome plant that I think some municipalities are opting out for inappropriate reasons. I understand it's a shock to people. Marijuana has been illegal in the state for the last 88 years. I'm curious as to what concerns the board has over this. Also, will the board let residents vote on the matter? I have to say that I do see eye to eye with the mayor on almost everything that he said at the last meeting. However, I think to opt out because the state might not share the tax money is inadequate. I believe the board will approve recreational marijuana dispensaries in the near future, so it makes sense to figure it out now before Will County allows one in unincorporated New Lenox and the village is left empty-handed. I ask the board to look at the long term in this and accept and adapt to the change that has finally come. I want to see the Village of New Lenox progress, lead by example, and continue to be a safe place, as I'm sure everyone in this room does. With liberty and justice for all, the last bit of the Pledge of Allegiance that we all just recited, it doesn't really make sense to opt out of allowing a lawful, legal, and well-regulated business that 2/3 of voters in Illinois support. Where is the liberty?
Thank you, Vince. All of you did a nice job. Vince, you made a point that, eventually there's probably going to be a recreational facility in these communities anyway. You might be right. You very well could be right. We can't speak for what this board or future boards will do.